Have you ever been disappointed when your phone is disconnected from the most important call in your life? Or you are late for the bus, watching it being safely deleted? Disappointment is not just a boring guest in the house. It's like a cousin who is late for a visit, eats all your snacks and decides to move in with you. We all experienced it, getting entangled in this unpleasant mess, but it is not worth just sticking a patch on. Let's get rid of this trouble once and for all. Today we will look at 7 unwavering Stoic practices not only to cope with disappointment, but also to get rid of it forever. If you are a beginner here, I have a small challenge for you. Click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to improve your mental game and become a rock in this chaotic ocean. And now, let's begin. Focus on your circle of control. Let's delve into the concept of concentration on your circle of control, a fundamental historical principle that can radically change your attitude to life problems. Imagine a typical scenario. You are stuck in a traffic jam. Your phone's battery is discharged before the final call, and dark clouds threaten to destroy your plans for a picnic. At this moment, you may feel completely upset. But let's deal with it. The racks would remind us that we have limited control over external events such as traffic jams, weather, or even technology in our life. However, you have a great power over your inner sphere, over your reactions, emotions and thinking. We are not talking about magical solutions to life problems. This is a mental shift, a change in perspective. Consider the case when you are late for the bus. A situation that you cannot control. You can allow disappointment to take over, clenching your fists and getting out of yourself, or you can take advantage of the opportunity and use extra minutes wisely. You can take a deep breath and do a short meditation, listen to a podcast that you have long wanted to listen to, or just enjoy the beauty of the sky. Life is not an endless list of tasks. This is a series of moments, some of which are carefully planned and others are unexpected. The quality of your experience depends on how you feel about these moments. The next time you get in a whirlwind of irritation because something went wrong as you wanted, take a break and ask an important question. Is it under my control? If the answer is negative, take a deep breath and let go of disappointment. If yes, act decisively. Adopting this static principle can be truly liberating. It is like putting things in order on a smartphone by deleting unused applications. Only in this case you free up mental space and emotional energy, giving up control over uncontrolled factors. The burden of attempts to control the uncontrolled disappears, leaving you with the opportunity to enrich your life with what is really important. And now imagine a world in which everyone adheres to this principle. Imagine a world in which the number of rage on the roads, hysteria in the queue in the grocery store and keyboard warriors who lose self-control because of one comment. Such a world should not just be sought. This is a world in which the quality of our collective existence will significantly improve. So, let's take the first step, focusing on our circle of control and freeing ourselves from unnecessary disappointment. You need to consciously choose those battles in which you need to fight and give up those that only exhaust our energy. Reducing the scale for the future. Let's go on a journey through deep historical practice, reducing the scale for a broader perspective, a practice that can significantly affect how we perceive and solve life problems. Imagine for a moment that you have encountered a number of seemingly insurmountable problems. The battery of your phone is discharged right before the fateful call, and you watch as the bus you were going to get on leaves into the cloud of exhaust gases and indifference. Disappointment at such moments can be simply stunning, but let's look at this scenario and see how the pillars could guide us. In the grandiose goblin of life, our personal world often seems all-consuming. We are constantly bombarded with messages in which our value is equated with productivity, efficiency and ability to manage every aspect of our life. The result is an exhausting desire to achieve more, to be more and to do more. It is a tireless control list which seems to never end. But the pillars, with their wisdom, urge us to pause and increase the scale to see the prospect beyond the limits of this minute and substantial problems. Think about it like a camera in a movie that often increases the scale to provide a view from the height of a bird's flight, showing us a general picture of everything happening below. When the scale is reduced, your problems seem less and more manageable. It is all the same as realizing that the mountain on which you climb with such difficulty is actually just a modest hill. Such a shift in perspective is not a humiliation of your problems, but an understanding of their relative importance in a broader context of life. Why does this practice work? because it helps to simplify and clarify your understanding of life. When you focus exclusively on the micro level of your everyday problems, they usually seem more large-scale and insurmountable than they really are. On the contrary, a reduction in scale allows you to see the picture as a whole and realize the true scale of problems. Moreover, this practice increases your gratitude for what you have. When you are healthy, you have a roof over your head, and you are surrounded by people who care about you. These simple benefits become much more valuable. They shine brightly against the background of a world in which even gigantic megacities seem to be dots on a globe if you look at them from space. Therefore, the next time life makes a mess in your plans, think about increasing the scale for a moment. Perhaps you will find that the obstacle you have encountered is not as impressive as it seemed at first. This new perspective can save you from the feeling of paralysis caused by problems, and you will be able to plunge your head into their solutions, realizing that they are largely manageable and overcome. Use your strength now. The static principle of using strength now offers us to plunge into the art of life in the present moment. In our modern world, where we constantly run, trying to overtake time, striving for success and pursuing numerous goals, the practice of presence often slips away from us. Notifications flood our devices, news feeds fight for our attention, and concerns about tomorrow often obscure the joys of today is often obscured by the light of the day, but the stands offer a valuable reminder. Imagine the following. You have fallen into a tireless whirlwind of life's demands. From work and family duties to social obligations and personal goals, the constant buzz of incoming messages and the non-stop distracting factors of the digital age keep you in constant tension. In this chaotic landscape, disappointment can let you know about yourself when you try to find a sense of peace and satisfaction. The static approach is simple and at the same time transformative. To truly appreciate the power of the present moment, you need to get rid of the external noise that surrounds you. Turn off the emergency notifications, allocate time to do nothing and plunge into the present moment. We are not just talking about existence, but about a full and conscious life. Think about it. When you eat, you don't just eat food, but enjoy its taste and texture. When you listen, you don't just listen to sounds, but you are really involved in music or conversation. When you touch something, feel its texture and temperature. In essence, presence implies experiencing life in its full depth, not just passing through the surface. Thus, you minimize space and time to root out disappointment. Instead of constantly thinking about past regrets or future worries, your attention narrows to the present moment. Such simplification of the perspective brings clarity and a sense of peace. Disappointment often arises due to the tug of the rope between the past and the future, and none of the options brings complete satisfaction. The present, on the other hand, provides the foundation on which you can build a full life. This is a means of frustration, because it redirects your attention to what you can do right now. You regain control over your mental landscape, simplifying your understanding of the world and allowing yourself to move around it with grace. To embody the power of the present moment in your everyday life does not mean to abandon planning or neglect lessons taken from the past.